Hey, what's going on? Matthew Taman here with another Joomla video tutorial. Today I'm going to demo and review the Joomla T4 page builder. This is another great page builder that if you're looking to build a website you can be able to use. So you go to joomla.com and you scroll through here. So I wanted to just take a look at some of the features that it has to offer. So if you want to get your website up and going and you're not a coder, page builders are really great ways for you to get going. So you have visual design, website bundles, it's optimized. You don't have to be a coder. You just use the drag and drop tools right here. You can drag different element throughout the page as you see in a moment. And you have an all-in-one setup. You have pre-made bundles. So these are existing websites that if you're getting started and you're not really sure how you want your website to look, how you want it to go, you can just use what's called a bundle. It's a pre-designed, fully ready to go website. You just edit it, replace the content with your own, and you are set to go. So you can view all the bundles that you have right here. So as you go through, you notice that they have 23 in total. Now bundles are great because there are times when I need to get a website up and going quickly and I don't want to do anything from scratch. I just grab a bundle and I'm set to go. So you have a one page. There's a quick one page. You have a restaurant. You have a product intro. You have a business, and then you have services here. So you scroll through, let's go to all of them. So you scroll through and see the type that you need. So you go over next, they have the blocks, which we'll take a look at later on. They have several different blocks here for intro, for team. Now blocks are also easy ways for you to just drag and drop a completed section instead of having to build it. It's another great way too to get started, especially if you need some design inspiration. It's going to show you how to do it, and they have a whole lot of blocks. So once you've done that, what you want to do is you want to go to their website, and then you go over to the T4 page builder and you click to try it for free. Now I recommend that you give it a try for free. See how it is for you. You put your name and your email, and they're going to send you an email, and once you get that email, you're going to be able to edit. So I've already done that process for you. Now let's take a look at what it actually looks like. So once you get the email, it's going to send you a link and you can open it. And when you do, you're going to see an edit page tab at the very top right here. This page was designed with the T4 page builder. So you scroll through. This is just showing you what you can be able to do with it. Very powerful tool. So you go to the different pages, teams. So whatever you see here, you can do this too, and you don't have to code anything. That's the beautiful part about it. Now, if you're a coder, you have coding experience, more power to you and kudos to you as well. So now let's activate this. So you click on edit page. Once you do that, I want to give you a brief tour of the setup you're looking at right now. One thing you notice about page builders is that when you hover your mouse over each section, it's going to show you, you can click on it and you're going to be able to edit that section, that column, that add-on. So as you scroll through, as you move your mouse, you notice that it's showing you the different items that are being used. And the beautiful part about it, you're going to see is you can edit each item just by clicking on there. Okay, so let's get a quick tour here. So at the very top, it's showing you the desktop layout. Next, let's go over to the tablet layout. So if you want to see what your website looks like on a tablet, you click here. Then you go to the landscape, and then you go to the portrait. Now they have different options you can choose from here, but I'm just going to leave just the default. So let's go back to the desktop. And then over here, of course, is the view components. It can show you the components there. You click. So notice it shows you the highlighted part, but if you click there, it's gonna be a little bit different. It just shows each individual section. So you can click that. And then next you have to preview. You can click here to preview the design. When you do, that's what it looks like. And then at the very top corner here, you can deselect that. Now this is great because if you are designing something and you just want to see what the general public sees, you can click that and you can kind of test through each device and see how that works and how it looks. So let's click to go back. Next, you can do the full screen. When you do the full screen, it takes over your entire computer. So let's just leave it at that. And then next you have here the view code. So if you are a coder and you want to put things here, make some adjustments, you can do that as well. And then you have the undo and the redo. This is really great because sometimes you make a mistake, you just click undo, or if you do something you want to go back to, you click redo. and you have this erase clear all content. We're going to use this in just a moment so we can demonstrate each one of these elements here. But what this does, you click clear all content, it's going to delete this entire page. Okay, and then you have here the code editor. So if you wanted to write some code again, your CSS, HTML, you can certainly do that right here. And then you click the update, and of course you have to save your work. So now that we have a pretty decent understanding of how this section works, let's go over here. You see a lot of things going on here, right? So let's start off first with the manager, the style manager. So this is going to show you the style manager, and you go over to the body. When you do the body, it's just pretty much, if you click on each item here, it's going to show you what it is right on this section here. And then you go to the element. This is where you are going to spend a majority of your time working, because this items you can drag and drop each one on the website. So this is how you pretty much build your site. So let's say I wanted to edit this text. I double click on it. I can edit the text right on here like this. I can just delete, or I can just type right on the screen, and I could also in bold. I can use, you know, this you see colors here. I can do that, and it's really great because you're seeing things happen live as you're working on it. And then when you look over on this site here, you can you have some options here that when you make certain changes, is going to change based on what you choose here. Just the inline for static, relative, position. So what I tell people to do is I want you to just click around. You're not going to damage anything. When you're starting with a new page builder, just feel free to click around before you actually start to build your website. Click around, check things out, change different values, and just see what effect that has on there. So you can change the different values here. You can put your mouse in and drag up, or you can drag down, or you can also just click and delete it. So I'm going to do that. And then you have the dimensions here. This helps you control the width of this particular section that you chose. And then you have the typography. This has to deal with the font size. This has to deal, you know, if I'm extending like the use is getting bigger, or I can just drag up and it gets bigger and bigger, or I can make it smaller, and then I can choose the font weight, ultra bold. So now that's what that looks like. Letter spacing, I can choose to go make it like that, or I can bring it closer. It's just about how you want it to be. And then the font color, if I wanted to change that color, I can change it to something else, just like that. So it's up to you. And then for the text alignment, I can choose whichever way that I want it to be. For the text decoration, I can choose that. So it's up to you to choose the one that you like. And then text shadow, you can be able to choose the different options. As I mentioned before, feel free to just kind of mess with it and see what you come up with. And then you have the decoration, and this pretty much just has to deal with the background, the radius, the color. You can change the border color. You see this, I'm moving here, it's changing right there. You can change the width, different sizes, and you play around with that. So that's how the text part of it work. Once you get the hang of it, you can pretty much edit any text on the page like that. Now with the images too, you double click on it, and then you can choose the image that you want, and you can make the same changes here for this image part. You see the border radius is 4. You can change that to something else. Now let's take a look back. Let's go back to the elements. Okay, so I'm going to just erase everything here, and I'm just going to kind of quickly go through each one item here so you kind of see how it looks and what you can be able to do with it. So let's go over now. We're just going to click here, just clear all content. So now we're starting with a blank canvas, and you have several options here the way that you want to build your site. You can start building your site by just dragging and dropping elements on here. So let's say we go over to the grid, for example. You can drag the type of columns you want. So if I want this, I drag it, and this allows me to put content in this columns here. So if I want to, I drag that. So just like this, you can build custom layouts for your website. So let's go now to the basics, and I'm just going to grab this heading. I'm just going to put that right there. And just like that, I can double click on there to edit. I have a title. Go back to the element, and you kind of go through here and just drag the things that you want to put. So I'm going to put that there. featured item. I'm going to put it there. And just like that, you're building your site. Now, I know I'm not doing anything special per se, but I just want to show you the flexibility that you have that you can be able to do with this progress bar. You can even add a video. You just grab the video source. You can get something from YouTube, and you put the YouTube link right here, the video ID. And when you put the YouTube ID right there, it's going to show you that video that you selected, and then you can click on play, or you can click to watch on YouTube. And you can also even customize a little, all this here with the blocks, the dimension, the color decoration. So you could even change the background color for if you want this whole section to be a particular color, you can change that. So you go over now to the decorations. Let's say if I wanted that background to be black, I can have the whole background just be black, or whatever color that I'm going for based on the type of site that I'm building. And I can kind of tweak different things here that I need. So that's how you're able to do basic customization with that. And again, you can drag any one of these items and put them anywhere on the page. You have to control the flexibility for you to be able to design and move things how you want it to be. So I'm just kind of going through here, just dragging different things. So next, I'm going to clear this. And next, let's go over to blocks. Now, I mentioned before, blocks allow you to just drag a particular block over. Something that if you want to just build your sites faster, you can do so. So you go to call to action, you go to clients. These are different sections of a website. The reason why they're so helpful is that you don't have to build everything from scratch. You can just drag and just drop just like that. And then all you would have to do is just to change these images right here. You just double click, and then you can choose your image to replace these. Now this is great. So we've just built one block right there. That's amazing. Let's go back to the other blocks and let's see the feature, if there's something we want to grab from here. Or let's go over to a hero. Okay, so with this hero, I'm just gonna grab this and put right there. And just like that, I've created a top section of a website. So let's build something else. Let's say I wanted to have some teams. So I'm gonna come, I want to put the teams at the bottom here. I'll grab this and I'll just drop right there. I've just added teams. Now let's go over and build testimonials. So I want this, I like that. I'm just gonna drop it. Just like that, I'll build testimonials. Now let's say pricing. Let's say I wanted to put the pricing on here. I'm gonna go through these and I say, okay, I like this structure right here. I like that style. I put it. And just like that, you have completely built a website literally in just seconds, right? Not even minutes, just by dragging. Once you have an idea of how you want your website to look, then you can be able to come in and just make whatever adjustments that's needed here for each one. And then you have the pages. Now you can't access this because you have to create an account, you have to upgrade. But that's another great way too for you to do that. And then you have your settings here. You can choose the type of font that you want to use. Scroll through, they have a variety of different fonts. You can choose your icons. You can choose loading from there. And then you can see your revisions, what's been done, currently working. You can make changes and save. But again, the T4 page builder gives you different options, different ways for you to build your site. You click on this drop down here, you can be able to see different ways. So let's go back to working. Okay, so that's why I wasn't working, so it was on the revisions part. But feel free to click around, feel free to click around. It gives you the different layouts that you can be able to use. And use blocks. Blocks allow you to build your websites a lot faster. So you're not going through building everything from scratch. You have to use the element, drag that over, use this, drag it over. You go to blocks. You say, okay, so I like this client section. I'm just going to drag it and just drop it. And just like that, you have it. Now you have to do is just come in and edit it according to your liking. You can upload your own image, and it's plain and simple. If you would like to learn Joomla 101 with me, make sure you head over to my website, matthewtaman.com. You click under training and you can book a session. We're going to go through everything that you need to know how to build websites, and you can learn how to create any type of websites, regardless, even if you've never coded before, you're an absolute beginner. I will walk you through every part of it and you can build something amazing.